Hello there, this is SD back with another run. We're going to go for number 6 today with Stealth C. We won Rock A last time out. Been a while since I've played that ship. Stealth C is the only ship in the game that has neither cloaking nor shields at the beginning of the run, so that makes it a little bit tricky. It's definitely on the weaker end of the ships, but I don't think it's actually as bad as all of that. It is like sort of the upper end of the weak tier of ships, and unlike a lot of the weak ships, the problem with this isn't its offense. Your offense is actually really good. You basically got the same weapons as Stealth A, except the Laser Charger Plus here is slightly better because you can use it at one charge if you're up against, say, a ship that doesn't have shields. But you've got a drone control system, and it comes with this Overcharger Plus drone, which you can use to kind of give you a shield bubble at the beginning of a run. Typically speaking, you just want to get shields on this ship absolutely as soon as possible, since you don't have cloaking. And once you've done that, it just plays like an ordinary gunship that comes with drone control already installed, although that's not really that valuable, since I don't usually want drone control in the first place, but we have to go with it on this. You can do fun stuff if you get drone recovery arm on this ship and get offensive drones going. Let's start. The way I want my crew is like this. Put the rock somewhere central, the slug on piloting, obviously. And, well, the human has to go somewhere, so... Okay, we have some nebula jumps to hit. Then we'll hit these two. Probably want to see that. So depending on what I see when I get here, we might just jump here and ignore this fight. The first thing you usually want to do on this ship is spend 25 scrap to get yourself a weapon buffer. That way you have, you've got a defense against just taking one hit on weapons, as long as it's not a heavy laser. Heavy lasers are kind of dangerous on this ship. Obviously, enemies with offensive drones are very dangerous. You can't even do what the other stealth ships do and cloak. You do have an anti-drone to deal with them, but you can't use both the anti-drone and the shield charger drone at the same time. You can sometimes use your first 20 scrap on drone control instead of updating weapons, but I think updating weapons is generally the better play. So, let's make sure recording is going. Tracking is on. Let's go. We got some intruders and we're not going to make any scraps, so this is kind of a nothing jump. We'll just vent these fools. Get out of there. We could probably kill these two just to get some combat XP, but we'd likely then have to vent our guys, so... we might as well just let them suffocate. Let's recharge the O2 a little bit in case we need to turn it off in the next battle. We won't have seen anything by going to this jump, but it only cost us half a fleet pursuit, so it's worth doing it. As with all the stealth ships, we have long-range scanners right out of the gate, so that's very helpful. So long-range scanners get us some free scrap here. We definitely need to avoid that beacon because asteroid fields are not a good thing to have to deal with when you have no shields. Should we go like here, here, and here? It spots quite a bit. We have quite a few different options, although I kind of hope that's not also an asteroid field or some other kind of hazard. Might be that here and there is better so that we have multiple options. We'll go here first and then decide. This is in the nebula, even though it doesn't really look like it. So you want to put the shield overcharger up immediately at the start of battles. If you delay it, certain weapons are fast enough, especially like manned heavy lasers. If you delay putting it up by even a moment, they can sometimes slip through. take that small bomb down just before it gets to fire. So that's an easy win for us, and we get 15 scrap, so we now have enough to do that. So now we can take one hit on weapons, and we're still safe. This sees 2 jumps, this sees 3, but this gives us more options to go forward. It's a little bit awkward. This jump here is the only one that goes to the exit. If there's like an asteroid field there, we could be in quite a bit of trouble. I think we're going to go this way. I mean, it does force us to go through here, but we have time to backtrack if we want to do that if necessary. And I mean, we could probably survive an asteroid field or a solar flare. They're just very much not ideal to go through. Okay, so we have an advantage here. We can just fire our... They have no shields either. We can just fire our charge laser every single time it charges up. If the ship weren't running away, I could leave them with maybe just the ion and try to get dodge skill, but we can't do that. Let's at least get 2 points of weapon skill here. We 8 scrap. We're not going there. I suppose actually if we go here we can try going this way, although that's not a good idea because that leads us through multiple beacons that are forced. Okay, we get an outpost. Unfortunately we can't stop the hack. The shield overcharger isn't fast enough. This should stop the heavy laser, as it has a faster travel time. Weapons down, we're now safe. We took 1 damage. So we get double reward here, 26 scrap. We have pretty good distress options. We have a slug, we have a rock, we have a clone bay, we have a beam. We have quite a few different ways to deal with distress options. And we'll go here right away to spot more. Yep, we got a blue option from our rock. So there's a store. How much scrap do we have right now? We could sell the shield overcharger for 30 and the anti-drone for 17. That's 47. Even if we sell the long-range scanners, we don't have enough yet to get shields at that store. I'm going to jump here. I may have to backtrack a bit, but ideally, considering we pretty much have to go through that store now, so we might as well try to gather as much scrap as possible before going there without having to go through these nasty hazard beacons. Okay, we have a fight here. That's good. I'd very much like to have enough scrap that we don't have to sell the long-range scanners, although I would do that if necessary. Of course, that store is not guaranteed to even have shields. If this were an ordinary run and we had started with shields, we'd be able to crew kill this ship because we'd have level 2 shields by now, and then we could hit the O2 and make the Mantis fix it. But since we can't do that, let's just do this. Blow them up. 64. Do we have enough time to go here, here, and then back? I think we do. And that should give us enough scrap to get shields if they're there at that store. That's 3 jumps. We avoid these nasty hazard beacons. I was toying with the idea of I'd not seen more fights. I might have actually considered going into this solar flare to get scrap. Because right now, if we sell those drones, we have 94, 111 scrap. That's not enough. We would have enough if we sold long-range scanners, but if we get 2 more lots of scrap, those would be... I mean, even if they're both low scrap amounts, that would be at least 14 more, and probably we're looking more like 25-ish more, and that will be enough. Ideally, we want to not sell the shield overcharger drone either, but we probably can't pull that off. Nice dodge. And now the shields are down, we can use the charge laser's special ability to knock their weapon out before it fires again. They're running away, but they're gonna die very quickly. Really? They nearly didn't. Go here. We may honestly, I'm wondering whether or not we should just go through that solar flare. Let's see. Currently we have 77 plus 30. Currently we are 1 scrap short if we sell both of these drones, because this would get us to 107, that would get us to 124. But we're going to get at least one more fight. It's just a question of whether or not it's worth taking one in a solar flare. This ship is dangerous because it's got double heavy lasers and it might have a offensive drone. We're still risking it, but this is by far the most dangerous ship we've fought so far. Now, they don't have an offensive drone, but they effectively have 2 shield bubbles, so this is quite bad. If one of these hits our weapons, we're in big trouble. Or if we don't hit both of these shots, which we didn't. Shit. Can we hit one fast enough? Well, one got through fast enough, but it didn't hit. So we're taking a bunch of damage now. Let's beam. I'm going to start over here because this might put this up in time to block. Yeah, let's do that now. It wasn't fast enough. And now that thing is down as well. So we are safe. But we took quite a bit of damage there because they just got good dodges. I want to keep them from getting that thing back. 18 scrap. So, if we sell the shield overcharger drone on its own, we have enough to buy shields. The anti-drone on its own is not. Let's see. If we go here and get... We definitely have enough space, which is good, because if we didn't, we would be forced into a dive. If we get 13 scrap from that, we would have enough that we could sell the anti-drone on its own. Because if we sell the anti-drone right now, we're at 112. That gets us high enough up that 13 scrap means we can save the shield overcharger. This is probably a dumb risk, but I'm going to take it. We're going to want to run our engines as high as we can right from the start so we can get out as quickly as possible. Like, given that we have no shields, this overcharger will... Okay, that's really bad because we vented a lot of our ship and they're now hacking our O2. We have to turn it back on. They've also hit our piloting, which is quite bad. That's a level 2 hack. We need to take that out so that we don't die to running out of O2. We don't need the shield overcharger drone right now. Let's actually be able to... O2, the FTL's not doing anything right now, I guess, so... Now it is. Okay. So we'll kill them on when we can eventually hit. We'll have a bunch of fires set right here. We mostly want to keep our O2 going. There's a fire in the drone room. We should get out with just, yeah, 17 scrap. We should get out with just one solar flare. We didn't even take any hull damage there. And now, if there are shields here, we can get them and keep, and there are. Hooray, long-range scanners. So, sell the anti-drone, buy the shields, and 2 points of repair. And now we're basically a standard gunship that's just a little bit far behind because we haven't got level 4 shields, which we obviously would by now if we were playing a normal gunship. But we'll get that quite quickly. And then we just transition into doing the sort of things you usually do when you're playing a gunship. Take these 2 jumps and then out to the exit. How much scrap have we made in this sector? I feel like it's been decent. Yeah, we've made 137 scrap already. I should have let my O2 recharge, that was foolish. We can explore the asteroid field safely now because we now have shields. If we did not have shields, you do not want to risk that because sometimes you get a fight in an asteroid field, and obviously that's very, very bad if you have no shields. We won't be able to do this quest, unfortunately. You need to be able to capture the ship intact, and we can't do that. Let's let our O2 refill. So now we'd like to get shields up and get another weapon. And or hacking. We'll sell 6. We don't need to use the shield overcharger drone as much right now, and we do need scrap. Abandoned or NG? All of the red sectors are up on the top side of this map. NG has more stores. Both sides are potential for Zoltan 4, which is worrying. The top side is potential for Zoltan 4 and Abandoned 5, which is very bad. The top side is also the only side where we could really have any feasible chance of getting Rebel Stronghold. Although I suppose we could go this way and then up in the late game. I quite like to have red sectors at the end of a run, if they're good red sectors, that is, because, you know, Rebel Controlled or Rebel Stronghold or things like that, because usually I have the gear that I need and I just want to acquire scrap. Certain red sectors like Rock and Mantis are quite bad. They're worse than most of the green sectors. But things like Rebel or Rebel Controlled, or to a lesser extent Abandoned, although that's quite dangerous on a ship where you don't get mind control, which this isn't. I think we need to go NG here. NG has more stores. We're more likely to get... The only concern I have is the NG controlled sectors are very unreliable. If we get a bad... You know, if you get a good NG sector and you get like a free weapon or just, you know, some free drone drops that you can sell, then it's great. But NG sectors are often also quite poor. Abandoned sectors... In Sector 2, they're quite manageable. They don't have Lanius bombers. They are quite low on weapon drops, in my experience, which is bad. But they do have 2 stores, so we're only getting 1 less store if we go there. And I don't think we're even necessarily that, because I think NG is 2 to 3 stores. Stores per sector, if I remember correctly. Yeah, NG is 2 to 3 stores, whereas Abandoned is guaranteed 2, so we might not even get more stores going here. The other thing that I've noticed is that Abandoned sectors seem to be particularly affected. I keep track of my stats with whether or not I have long-range scanners, and the sector type that benefits... The 2 sector types that benefit most from having long-range scanners, in my experience, are Zoltan Controlled and Abandoned. They're quite bad sectors if you don't have long-range scanners, but with them you find a lot of fights. I'm going to go Abandoned. I'm not actually sure this is the right choice. There's a very good argument for going NG. But there are 2 stores in here. We should still be able to get an upgrade. And we're less likely to get screwed over if the sector is very bad. Now, unfortunately, one of the stores is immediately right at the start, which is quite bad. We can't even get more jumps. I think we have to go here right now. Well, we can't get any of this. Like, we could sell the shield overcharger drone, but it doesn't get us one of those weapons. I mean, that's very unfortunate, but that could have happened either way. Since there's only one store left, I'm going to hoard my scrap for the moment. We effectively have 2 shield bubbles anyway, because we can put the overcharger drone up. But I'd like to, make sure I don't get messed out of a weapon drop. Let's scan the ship for life forms. They're hacking. If we delay... Actually, it looks like they're going to hack our drone system. Yeah, I was going to say, if we delay for a moment, it's possible to put the shield overcharger drone up so that it goes off like this hits shield and then that goes up a moment later. Depends on what missile it is, but since they've hacked that, it's not even worth bothering with that. We couldn't put it up in time to stop the missile. Let's mini beam. We can hit 4 rooms with the mini beam here. I said we can hit 4 rooms with the mini beam here. Thank you. No, we're not accepting that surrender. It's not a bad surrender offer, but let's ping the shield room. The downside with these 2 sector choices is that neither Lanius ships nor NG ships are particularly easy to crew kill. So you can't really make a safe fight and then try to crew kill for weapon drops. I mean, on Lanius ships, you flat out can't do it. You can't do O2 kill strats because they flat out don't have any O2 on their ship. We're going to go here. That spot's quite a lot. Now here we can do this trick. 1... I don't know what the precise timing is, so I may do it too early or too late. Got it! I always like it when I manage to pull that off. I don't like it when they pull that off. It won't work for the second missile. Yeah, I was going to redirect power, but it was too late. Well, we still blocked a missile. It's just we should have taken 0 damage there. Pop the shield bubble, and they die. Still don't see another store. I think we're gonna go this way, because there, this sees like everything, and we still have time to go topside. The only thing we don't see is like this beacon. But I don't think there's anything we can do about that. If we go up to see that, then we can't see these 2, and, statistically we're more likely to not see a store by not seeing those 2 than we are by not seeing that 1 beacon. Okay, we've used the shield overcharger drone and we are safe here. Did we put it up in time? Yes. Get more evade. So yeah, unfortunately not putting our shields up does mean we can't train here, which obviously we had 2 shield bubbles, we would just be grinding out evade in this fight. But it's more important to leave open the option for us to actually get a weapon upgrade. These weapons are good enough that you can potentially win against 2 shield ships with just this, especially like if you're using 2 shields and you also put an overcharger drone up, you can make it very difficult to hurt you. But it's not good. You don't want to have to do that. We really want a 1 power weapon like a heavy laser or an ion blast that we get to slot in immediately and give us more shots. Got some borders. Probably just need to vent everything and bring everyone back in the combat. And I'll move you out for a moment, but you guys just get over there. Yeah, we vent everything. Everyone dies. Our guys come back in the clone bay. Theirs don't. A little bit awkward to do that, but the rock just moves so slowly that we get outnumbered regardless of what we do. We had so few dodges that it didn't matter about the skill loss. The weapon skill is the only thing that we have that actually is even remotely better than just the basics. Send an away party to investigate. This is nasty. We get free battle boarders. They're going to board us again, and they have a missile and a burst too. We put the shield overcharger up right away. It will block the missile. But yeah, these people are unfortunately... Let's get door control right now. Fortunately, that room is venting. Get O2 back in there. Yes, we can. Good. And this will block the missile. And we shoot all this stuff out. That was a little bit more awkward than it needed to be because of the pre-battle borders, but we'll be okay now. Like, we might once again have some people die. Those two free battle borders are dead. Okay, they just warped you back. I really hope that's a store then. I mean, we might be able to go here and here and then get there, but then we'd have to dive. I mean, we have to go here to get to the exit. Actually, we don't, but I think we're going to go there, there, and then see if that's a store. We do have a green sector next, forced, so we do have good chances of getting stores like early in that sector. It's just, unfortunately, the only store we saw in this sector was right at the very, very beginning. I'm not wasting an overcharger drone on this. We have a pretty good chance of just taking this out before we take any damage. Unfortunately, they seem like they lined up there. Oh, no, we did take it out just in time. Possible double reward. This is another fight that we would be able to do. We can O2 kill them, they have all Lanius crew. But yeah, this is another fight that if we had level 4 shield, we would be able to grind dodges in. But we have to use the overcharger drone, unfortunately. Okay. I missed a room with that, but it doesn't matter. Let's get one extra point of weapons XP. 21, we get a full repair. Unfortunately, that's not a store, so the other store must have been there, I think. Were there any other beacons we didn't see? I don't think there were. I'm going to get shields up now because we still have enough if we sell the shield overcharger drone to buy a weapon. And we've got 2 more fights to hit anyway, so we're going to be looking for offensive upgrades early in Sector 3. Okay, we'll be grinding dodges here. It's particularly important given that we may be going into the next sector with substandard offense, so we can actually grind everything here. We can get weapon skill, we can get evade. So I will meet you back when we are fully trained. And we're back. We now have full training and everything. I microed the power off for the last couple dodges just to make it a little bit faster. Now, I was contemplating whether or not this ship is crew killable. It'll be quite tricky, but I think we have to try because anything that increases our chance of getting a weapon drop, we have to pull off. They do only have level 1 oxygen. They have a med bay as well, so that makes it quite awkward. And if they try to run away, if say we swipe this with the mini beam and that leads them trying to run, that's quite annoying. Yeah, one of our shots actually collided with their laser in the air. I mean, we should have about 100 scrap when we get to the exit in this sector. It's just a matter of can we get weapon upgrades relatively quickly in the next sector. But if we can crew kill this, we have a 1 in 9 chance of a weapon drop. That is worth it. And a 4 in 9 chance of a high scrap reward as a consolation prize. I think with human repair crew it usually takes about 6 times hitting the O2. It takes them I think about 15 seconds to fix it. And the O2 drains completely in 83 seconds or something like that. Cool. Okay, good. Is it going to drain this time? Unfortunately, our slug allows us to see the crew, but we can't see the state of the oxygen over there like we could if we had a sensor system. Okay, good. I was worried that if they had triggered to run away on that swipe, it would be quite difficult, because then we'd need to power our weapons all the way up to try to stop them. Okay, the O2 is completely down. Now, they have a level 2 med bay. This probably won't work, but I mean, admittedly, they're not trying to... That's annoying. We can't now take the med bay out. They're going to stay in the med bay, perhaps. Actually, if they get all the way healed up, do they then run over to O2? Because level 2 med bay heals faster than lack of oxygen does. Shouldn't you be leaving the room? Yeah. So do you then... manage to fix this? Or do you just die? Well, we got you. I think unfortunately this person will fix the O2 once they get back to full health, so we are 1 hole short of being able to pull this off. I think it takes just too long. It's possible they might fix it and then it will take too long for the O2 to come back on their ship. So we just have to kind of hope for that. But I think if that was going to be the case, he'd just run to the med bay. Yeah. Oh, wow, we did. Okay, you didn't run to the med bay for some reason. Unfortunately, we didn't get a crew kill, but we did get, you know, high fuel and high scrap, so that was still worth doing. The AI would not have had that happen if they had been intelligent, but, you know, if the AI was actually intelligent, most runs on FTL would be impossible. Okay, this missile... I can't tell whether this missile will fire before the laser, because it depends on whether it's a Leto or an Artemis. I'm just going to put the shield overcharger drone up right away. There's a possibility if it's an Artemis that we can knock it off before it fires anyhow. But if it's a Leto, it will fire before this. They fired at the same time. I think that means it's a Leto, actually. Oh no, it's an Artemis. Fortunately, we just dodged, so who cares? You can't dodge, so we're just going to wipe you out. So we have 105 scrap, and we have possibly more that we get here. I'm trying to save scrap because there's a possibility if we have to buy like a 3 power weapon that we need to upgrade in an awkward fashion. Okay, we will attack the slaver scum. We are definitely not accepting a crew offer here. We need scrap. We'll probably take some damage here. Here, let's do this rapidly since we've knocked the weapon off. Cool. We'll kill them with our next mini beam, most likely. No, we're not accepting a human. Give me 20 scrap instead, that's much better. Well, NG Homeworlds is clearly the choice over Zoltan Control. Zoltan Control is very dangerous and NG Homeworlds isn't. We need an early store as soon as possible. NG Homeworlds is 2 to 3 and Zoltan is 2 exactly. Like, it was almost certainly a mistake to go to Abandoned over NG, because the other thing about NG sectors is they're likely to drop drones, and if we could get an offensive drone, that would be an alternative way, although it wouldn't be very sustainable because we don't have enough drone parts. But, like, it would be a way for us to get through multiple shield ships. Unfortunately, we don't have an NG crew member. But we do have an immediate store. That is what we needed. Please have some weapons. They don't have any weapons. Is there another store? There isn't. I think we need to buy this beam drone, which sucks. And it doesn't solve the fundamental problem we have, actually, because our offensive problem is that our difficulty getting through 2 shields. Actually, buying the beam drone is a mistake, yeah, because if it was a combat drone, it would work, because we could use that to pop shield bubbles. However, this beam drone, we cannot use to do that. So we have to not do this. Well, we don't have to not do this, but it is the right choice to not do this, I think. We want to go here and then there. That sees the entire first bit of the sector. And then we want to get to, like, here and here. Fortunately, we do have a lot of jumps that see loads of things. So we should be able to spot another store quite quickly. It's just a matter of, like, you know, there's no use spotting the stores if they don't have any weapons. Or any drones, even, that we can use. Let's secure the cash. Okay, well, it was definitely the right choice then not to buy that. We just get it for free anyway. We have to go here in case another store is down in that bottom left beacon. And there is. So. Shows the importance of correct pathing. Like, if this store has weapons, that bit of pathing saves the run. It doesn't, but, like, you know, it was the right choice nonetheless. This has nothing of value other than long-range scanners, which we already have. Like, we could buy an NG out of desperation and hope that we get the, We've already seen 2 stores. There's not even a guarantee to be a 3rd store in this sector. There's an event that occurs sometimes in NG sectors where there's a Mantis ship that is threatening the NG. It's the intro text and stuff about imminent destruction, blah blah blah. And if you have an NG and you get the right second bit of the event, you can request a weapon. In fact, actually, it's not an NG that it requires. An NG actually gives you, like, a blue option where you get a weapon and fuel and a bunch of other stuff. I mean, it's quite a... Let me look that event up because I want to... I mean, the odds of us finding that specific event is not really that great. We may just, our best option may just be jumping through this sector and really hoping that we get a free weapon. But that's obviously not an ideal choice. Quickest way to find this event on the wiki, I guess, is to look for blue options that have NG, and because I know it does offer one. Although NG have quite a few blue options. NG distress call, is it? NG distress call. Yes, it's the NG distress call. And it can happen in NG controlled and NG home. It was meant to occur at a distress beacon, but the tag is missing, which is quite annoying because that would make it easier to find it. So there's a Mantis ship assaulting a small NG space station. And then you get to contact the NG. Yeah, having an NG as a blue option, actually it doesn't matter. The NG blue option will give you like repairs and a Federation base quest and a few other things. But you can, if you do find this quest, you can get a weapon even without having an NG. So I'm not going to buy one. We want to go here next. That sees quite a lot. You know, we really want to hope that there's a third store. We don't need fuel. We made like any scrap in this sector. We made 24 scrap in this sector. I suppose we had the drop as well. This is the one. So this is going to be an annoying fight. I'm glad I got you out of there because it's hacked anyway. I need to vent these fools. Unfortunately, I think we're going to lose a shield bubble here. I think we were a bit slow to hack. No, we weren't. Good. Get you out of there. I'm not fighting these Mantis. I'm just getting away. Fortunately, their weapons suck. Like, they'll eventually be able to do me damage. They actually have a damage buffer on shields. I mean, we'll still be able to eventually get them down because they have nothing but Mantis to repair over there. The problem is, I'm not sure that you're guaranteed to be able to, turn the O2 off so that vents faster. I'm not sure that you're always guaranteed to get the second bit of this quest. Sometimes I think it may just, the distress call you're answering is a decoy. Vent you people. Okay. We'll be able to send people back in a moment. I didn't draw the beam far enough, but it doesn't matter, we've got this. No, we didn't get the other part of the quest, damn it. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, this is, unfortunately, we got the version of the fight. The one with the pre-battle borders is the version of the fight. And the one in the NG ship is the version of this fight where the whole distress beacon is a decoy. So unfortunately, we'd like more power now. I mean, it's not like, oh good, we found another store, thank God. Please have some weapons. Okay, we've got weapons. So, the run is not dead. Chain laser or hull laser 2? Hull laser 2 is a better weapon overall. The chain laser is faster to get online. We're still behind on this run, of course, because we don't have hacking or cloaking. And we can't really easily get them. This is both more expensive and more difficult to get online. But it is a better weapon. I think we have to go with this. This we can actually do faster, and that means we can still potentially get hacking in the next sector. I'm also going to sell this beam drone. It's nice. It will help me fight Zoltan shield ships, but I suppose that the only place where I could get hacking is in a store, and if I'm in a store, I can sell that anyway. So I might as well keep hold of it. We also have to jump out of this sector really soon. We have 2 more jumps, because this is the only thing that joins. That really sucks. We can deal with giant alien spiders because we have a clone bay, but we get the bad option. The game really wants us using beam drones, but that, I mean, this is still worth it because that sells for an enormous amount of scrap. It's a beam drone too. If we could get a drone recovery arm, we really could do interesting stuff with this. No, we can't sell our drone parts. We need them. Well, we are going to another NG sector. We're just looking around for stores right now. It's more important than, you know, this one fight. It's in a bad location. Unmarked beacons in NG sectors are as likely to be, you know, useful stuff as anything else. Okay, we found a store. We want to hit there, and then go to the store. Yes! Give me free stuff. So now we've got a fight, and a quite dangerous one. They have good weapons that line up and they're running away. We can't really use the shield drone here because we don't have enough power. We're just going to get hit on this first volley, unfortunately. We also can't really do that much about these borders. You go in there just to give me evade while these shots are coming in. Some of the shots actually collided in the air there, which is why we don't take any damage. You guys get over there and help fight off these borders. We just, we're auto-firing the charge laser, that's really dumb. I mean, these guys are still running away, but we've damaged a bunch of systems and 2 of their crew are on our ship. We need to damage at least 4 systems to make sure that they can't charge the FTL. I'm gonna do this, then. Okay, good. You're fixing the teleporter. Don't need our shields right at this moment. Good, they're wasting time in the med bay. That means I can blow them up. So, off to the store now. Okay, they have things here. Buying the burst laser one here is a little bit like buying the auto reloader because it actually speeds the first volley up more than the auto reloader. However, I think the thing that we need to do here is buy. I'd love to get hacking, but we can't. It's not here. So I think we need to buy cloaking, unless we see another store, which we don't. You know, we want at least one of hacking or cloaking. We have enough to get by selling these things. So we buy cloaking, buy up fuel as well. So now it's just a question of whether or not, like, we could sell the chain laser and the beam drone and buy a burst one, but I don't think that's worth it. Do we sell the beam one to get... I mean, now the beam one is actually potentially a fairly valuable thing because we have enough shots to get through shields, so we can actually use that offensively. So I'm going to keep it. We'd like more power, really, because we can't run it right now. But we can get power in a couple of fights, and our offense is now good enough to deal with a couple of battles. The exit in this NG sector sucks just as much as the exit in the last one. We made 56 scrap in that last sector, by the way, and 55 in drops, but I guess, you know, the third store finally allowed us to buy a weapon, so we'll forgive it for being a piece of crap sector. But, like, it was because of sectors like that that I was wary of going to, we put a shield drone up right now, we'll block this, although actually we could just cloak that, so let's not do that. That missile will go off before the heavy 2. It's because of sectors like that that I was wary of going NG in Sector 2. Because sometimes you just get NG sectors that are utterly bare, and if the stores are no good, then the sector is complete garbage. Thankfully, we do not get tagged at 5%. Let's charge our shields all the way up before this heavy 2 fires. Fortunately, they bombed that and they've kept their missile up. Well, we'll just run a 35% evade. Got fire in there. Now it's down. There we go. Now we're buying power. We're not even looking to see if there's other stores. We really need to make our ship, you know, able to deal with. You go and deal with the breach because you actually have hit points. I'd ideally like to fix this without anyone dying, but I think I probably have to vent someone. Yeah, we're just gonna vent. In fact, we're gonna vent all three of these guys. It's annoying because they lose hit points, but it's like you really do not. When you're playing a gunship that has a clone bay, there is a big danger that if you jump into a fight and your 3 crew or however many crew you have are all low on hit points and there's a bad boarding event, you can literally just lose the run because you can't protect things. And if you don't have door control, like if we had an event like we had, I don't know, in the Stealth A run, where you get and we can't buy another power bar, we're 3 short. If you get an event like we had in the Stealth A run where you get a bunch of free Mantis and then another Mantis boards you, which you can do in NG sectors, you often get Mantis in NG sectors, you know, what do you do about that? If they board you indoors, you can't get door control to vent them, you're just screwed. They can fairly easily break your clone bay and you can potentially just lose the run. We don't care about that store, we're not going there. We're going to go here and then maybe Distress. That's twice in a row that this event is it's the bad version of this event with no chance of a weapon drop. How fucking annoying. I mean, we're much more able to fight this ship now. But yeah, like this event, if our crew were at really low hit points, would just be such a pain in the ass to deal with. If we even could. Let's cloak these. We're gonna lose doors, I think. Oh no, we're not. They vented out. Run the rock in there. It'll take them a long time to suffocate. Okay, we're now safe. We can't take damage. And we just run like hell from these borders. Come on in. Hooray! 1 point of combat XP. There's another store. Do we save scrap? I mean, we have the potential to get hacking there. If, because we could sell the beam drone and the shield drone. I think we do that. We can get maybe 2 more jumps, then go to the store, and then go to the exit. We can risk this, and this time we get the good option. Good. I don't like the idea of going to a pulsar. Our ship is not that strong. On the other hand, that's guaranteed scrap. We already have enough to buy hacking, if it's there. Because we can sell the beam drone. Which would be 100% correct. We're going to the safe. Even though it has less chance of there being anything here. Yeah, this is a not much of anything jump. Okay, they sadly do not have hacking. I think we're going to buy the backup battery. This makes it more likely that hacking turns up later. I'd love to be able to buy sensors too, just to make that more likely as well. But that would take us way away from being able to ever afford hacking. Search among the stores. Okay, we get a fight, which is preferable at this point because we couldn't buy... I mean, I suppose if we sold both of these, we could buy hacking. It's often the case when you play a drone control ship. that you just end up selling all of your drones to get something else that you really critically need. That's why it's just kind of sometimes a disappointing system, but like we have one pre-installed on this ship, so you gotta do something with it. You can't remove it and replace it with mind control as I might want to do. Okay, Rebel controlled or Mantis homeworlds. I think we go Mantis homeworlds here because Rebel controlled is potentially a very, very dangerous sector. In my experience, Mantis homeworld sectors, they do give weapon drops fairly often, and they're just generally less dangerous. I mean, there is a concern because any boarding event from Sector 5 onwards, it's likely to have 2 crew rather than 1, because that's Sector 5 is when the crew numbers rise up enough for that to be the case. But like if we get a bad auto ship and we have a bad first volley, that's much, much worse than just the kind of fights we're going to get in the Mantis homeworlds. And there's not any fewer stores here, so I'm going to go here, there, and then there and see the first bit of the sector. I'm going to start fights like this because we want door control. I'd like to get my evade up a bit so that I can 100% cloak things. We can use cloaking for a low scrap reward there. Yeah, I'd like to get my evade up enough that I can cloak at 100%, but I can't do that without taking myself away from hacking buffer. Okay, it's only 2 Mantis. This is a kind of nothing beacon. Rotate around. We might have to vent these guys again. Kind of depends on what the next jump is. Like if the next jump is a store, we don't. The next jump here is a fight. I think we need to vent all 3 of these, which is frustrating. It means we lose evade, we lose weapon skill, but there's just too many risks. If this is like pre-battle Mantis followed by teleporter Mantis, we need full health and we need door control. Actually, let's go to the saved locations for now. We move the human out when everyone else is in place. Mantis ships to fight are just generally weaker than other ship types, which is another reason to want to come here. We're a little bit fragile still. You know, we have the skeleton of a successful ship, but we're not quite there yet, and we want that skeleton to not become literal. Yeah, like this ship. You know, you're not going to fight a ship this weak in a... I mean, it's got multiple bombs, but you're unlikely to fight a ship this weak in a rebel sector. You know, you're more likely to fight, like, auto scouts with good weapons. Whereas this thing, well, it could hurt you eventually. But we could also just do that. Those double ion bombs. Yes, they are. Fortunately, our cloaking mostly protects us against those. We go here and sea loads. We can't possibly get the Kazakh quest because we don't even have sensors. So even upgrading, you have to get the Kazakh quest, you need to have an upgraded medical unit and either a teleporter or fully upgraded sensors. Since we outright don't have teleporter or sensors, we can't do that. So this ship is quite bad because it's got 3 shields that make it difficult to knock their big missile off. I hope that is a breach missile and not a Hermes missile, because if it's a breach missile, we can probably cloak it every single time. We need to vent these fools out. We can't fight multiple Mantis, so we need to not let them break our weapons. Our shields matter less since they only have 1 laser here. I think that is it looks like that is actually a breach missile. We have, you know, some risk because we aren't at 100% cloaking, but these two weapons are very slow, and the cloak cooldown lasts long enough that we get them back. But let's try to hit that room again and knock one of them off. Unfortunately, they keep taking the laser down, which is smart play on their part. Fortunately, we've redirected the NG onto another room, so if we can hit it again, maybe we can take some of this shit out. Yeah, there we go. Breach missile's gone. And we got, well, kind of a double reward, although not really. Still no store. I think we've seen every beacon in this sector so far, haven't we? Yes, we have. So we're going to go here, here, and then up, and then potentially early down to see this one, but it depends on whether we spot the store. Should we do this? We can do that and still... Although on the other hand, currently we don't have max evade, so it's not worth doing that right now anyway. We're running a bit low on fuel. This ship is quite dangerous, but it is a potential double scrap reward. Should I put the beam drone in position? I think we should do that. So a thing you can do with offensive drones, if you get them to sort of like, there's specific spots around enemy ships that offensive drones fire from. If you sort of do this and get it to near the position and then depower it, this means that when the time comes and we repower that, when we fire our lasers, it will just be ready to shoot. Because otherwise, actually getting offensive drones to line up with lasers can be a little bit tricky. I think it's more important to cloak this barrage than that, even though that's more lasers, because we can potentially knock this off before it fires, and this is just a more dangerous weapon. So yeah, we cloak now to make sure we get an actual first volley off. So now what we do is we fire these. Okay, well, you know, we did the right thing there, but they just dodged like crazy. So unfortunately, this means we're going to have the burst 3 go off. We just need to keep venting these things. We're running out of O2, and I'm concerned about them potentially hitting my clone bay or my O2. We can't let them take our piloting out because we need to have the option to run away from this fight. They've hit our weapons. That's very, very bad. And they've hit our shields. That's also very, very bad. And we can't protect this piloting unit, unfortunately. Well, and they hit our piloting as well, so they've hit like the 3 worst systems on our ship. Okay, we hit their weapons, but unfortunately that just took down the basic laser. I honestly think we might die in this fight. Like, they've hit our doors now, so we can't get... Fortunately, they've warped them back. We need to fix weapons first, then we need to fix doors. Because they're going to board us a second time. And then we need to fix piloting. We can't fix piloting right now because there's no O2 in there. You stay in there to keep charging weapons. You guys get over there. We can fortunately cloak this. Is that going to go off? No. Yeah, like we needed to cloak that. There was no chance of us avoiding it, and it was going right at weapons. Oh no, they're going to board us with an NG. no point in us doing that. We have no evade anyway. Okay, well our shields are completely down. We need to go and fix those. Our cloaking is also out. Let's go and... We need to fix cloaking right now. Let's go and fix cloaking. It's more useful than one shield bubble. Unfortunately, this is going to go off again, and there's not much we can do about it. Do we need to fire right now in case they hit our weapons? I think we do. Okay, well at least we took that thing down, although now they have the burst 2 back. Go and fix piloting. Also, our O2 is down. We need to fix that. They have finally boarded us again, but it is only an NG. Okay, the beam drone is in position. God damn it, they've still got that thing up. Well, we can cloak. Cloak. You've got to get out of there. We just need to fix the O2. Our clone bay is down too, so if we don't fix the O2, we could just lose the whole run. We're having to run from this. That NG nearly just killed our pilot. We can't actually fight the NG off. Thank God we killed the ship. That was really, really bad. But that was so worth it. Well, we get one of the best weapons in the game in exchange for fighting that unbelievably dangerous, annoying ship that nearly killed us. You know, we could have lost that fight due to just running out of hull. We could have lost that fight from all our crew dying. There are quite a few things that we could have done that could have happened that would have lost us that fight. But we just survive by the skin of our teeth, and we get a really, really good reward. However, we really, really need a store now. You go and fix all this stuff. We need to vent these guys again. Unfortunately costing us further skill. But what can we do? I think at the moment we can't use that halberd beam. We'll keep it in the hold, but for the moment we can't switch onto it because we would need to upgrade our weapons multiple times. We can't just go all beams as I would like to do because we can't shield hack because we have no hacking. If we get that, we'll just immediately go over to, you know, halberd beam, mini beam, charge laser, and upgrade the hack, and then we just crush everything. But we are not there yet. No store. We definitely do not go there. Asteroid field is very bad right now. I'm going to do this. One of the reasons we took so much damage there is that our cloaking took a hit and then we couldn't use it. So I just want to damage buffer that. Also, a long cloak might be helpful if we need to run away in one of these next couple of battles. Go here. We have so far seen every single beacon in this sector. Okay, the ship collectors, if we let them run away, we'll get a weapon drop at a quest, but honestly, I just want to kill this ship. I'm going to put a shield drone up to block the missile. And I'm going to blow this ship up rather than letting them run. I need to damage enough different systems that they try to repair. I also need to take this off because eventually it would spin up. Let's hit these three. That might trap their guys on my ship. No, it didn't because they have an upgraded teleporter. Do a long cloak. That buys us time. It also means doing this actually is quite helpful because these guys are trapped on our ship right now. The super shield means they can't warp off it. So let's just keep venting them. They're gonna die. Let's do that. Yeah, like there's so many different things on their ships that are damaged that they're not going to make any attempt to flee until stuff is fixed. We'll now start shooting at shields. You get on there. I usually like to let the ship collectors flee, but in this instance, it is better to not do that. We get 38 scrap, and we found the store. We go there immediately. We do not piss about trying to get more jumps. Hacking and another halberd beam. We do it. Yes, I'm absolutely sure about that. Now, the first thing we need to do, we need to upgrade hacking, because without fully upgraded hacking, or without level 2 hacking, we can't hack through multiple shield bubbles. Then we are going to buy this other halberd beam. We need to repair. I think that probably means we need to get rid of like the beam drone. Probably even the shield overcharger at this point. I mean, currently we could use halberd and mini beam. Should we just sell our lasers? I'm not sure about selling all of our lasers because we might want to not have to. We're definitely getting rid of the chain burst laser, and I think we have to get rid of these because we need fuel. We need a few more repairs. We ideally want to upgrade our weapons, so I think we want to do like this. We get rid of that. Yeah, just get rid of these. Get kick-ass stuff. We're gonna upgrade that. That way we can use these 3. So if we're fighting a 2 shield ship, we don't need to shield hack. We probably can shield hack in just about every fight for the rest of the run, but I'm not certain that we can. So there's no point in risking it. Let's go here, there, probably back to the store, then exit. Nothing here. Yeah, we can try to do this one without shield hacking. That seems to be a common theme of our recent games. We aren't getting any crew in this run. That is partially because I aggressively turn slavers down, but I've always aggressively turned slavers down, or at least I have, like, you know, while playing at relatively high levels, and I usually still manage to get like 1 or 2 events where I have some crew drop. Okay, I was foolish there. I shouldn't have cloaked these. I was sure I'd take the big missile out. Let's hack that. Since our 2 shots didn't hit, our mini beam couldn't do anything. Halberd beam should just kill them here. We just need a couple of fights where we can just crush the enemy. We want to get to weapon 6 so we can use double halberd beam. We need more power to do that anyway, and we need more power right now, so let's get power bars. Actually, do we have enough to go here, 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 and out? I think we do. It's tight, but I think we do. We can actually go to the exit straight from there anyway, so there's no harm in us going for it. We need to shield hack in this fight, but we need to see what they're hacking first. They're hacking our drone system. Oh no! We won't be able to use our many drones. Okay, we don't need to power around that. Cloak this. Let's use the charge laser to pop that thing. think we might one-shot if we halberd beamed and mini beamed like this, but I'm just going to make sure to take their weapons out, which probably therefore doesn't one-shot. Yeah, if we had done that, we would have one-shotted them, but like, who cares? They'll die the second we get our hack back, and they're not fixing their stuff. In fact, we can probably just kill them anyway, as long as one of these charged laser shots hits the halberd beam kills. Let's buy one more power bar, then we're going to I actually don't think we have enough space here, and I'm just going to go to the exit. We give away 15 missiles that we're not using and get a reactor bar that's very helpful. Well, I guess we're going rebel controlled. We go to this bottom one, so we have more choices for Sector 7. Well, we're pretty much forced to this store because a beacon that looks like this when you have long-range scanners never has anything at it. It's just a boarding event where there's a solar flare. It's never worth going to. Oh, there's nothing here. Like, a combat drone would be cute, but it's not. Get one more fuel. Skip the asteroid and just take these two fights. That should be enough to get us the other halberd beam. And like, double halberd beam with shield hacks kills everything in the game. These weapons are dangerous, and they have 3 shield bubbles, so we must hack. Hack now. We're going to cloak the burst 2, and then the heavy laser 2 doesn't matter. To get our slug out of here, we really need more crew. Oops. Well, we took all that stuff offline, but I was being a bit careless there and I shot at the wrong moment. Whatever. The halberd beam will kill them the next time it fires, no matter what else is going on, but we might actually just kill them with our 2 original weapons. And we did. Yeah, one more lot of scrap of any kind, and we can get the second halberd beam on. The ship is running away, but it's not going to manage it because halberd and mini beam is guaranteed to take the piloting out as long as I don't fuck up. We could potentially, if the ship weren't running away, I'd try doing it without hacking because they only have 2 shield bubbles, but I can't. Let's cloak. Let's even do a long cloak here. The timing on shield hacking is a little bit awkward, and I don't know entirely how to describe how to do it. I usually sort of look at this charge bar. When I have level 3 hacking and a halberd beam, I usually hack like when it's level with the B in the word beam. But you have to go a little bit higher for just level 2. So let's hack here. I think that's right. We need to be careful here because they'll cloak. Let's actually hit their cloaking with this. If we do this, we can guarantee hitting weapons twice. No, we just blow them up. Doesn't matter. We didn't get very much scrap there, but we got enough. We can do this. And that means we go like this. We can put the mini beam away for now because that way we can use the charge laser to pop shield bubbles in non-threatening battles, but we probably won't have very many, if any, of those. I'm gonna move you back into here and resave because we're no longer in a Mantis sector. Should we go to this asteroid field? I think we should. It's guaranteed scrap. Now we have double halberd. Dangerous fights are a lot less dangerous. Like, this fight is certainly threatening, but we'll cloak when these go off, and then we're not in any real danger. Long cloak, our beams don't even disrupt this cloak, but they are definitely going to disrupt their ship. The only reason they're not dead is that this particular layout is difficult to hit loads of rooms with the halberd beams. The asteroid fields or the asteroids nearly there suppressed their shields long enough for me to halberd beam them again. But they didn't, so we'll have to wait until we can hack. RO2 is going down, but it's fine. I guess we should do this. We don't need 2 halberd beams now to do 1 point of damage. I'd like to buy more power, but I can't. The next critical thing is to get hacking to 3, just in case an enemy turns up with early level 4 shields. That's less likely in a rebel sector than in, say, a slug sector, but it is still possible. This could be manually search, and I hope it is, because we can risk it with our clone bay. It's not, unfortunately. It's an auto, a rebel fight, auto ship fight. Do we do this? I think we do this. Try to do this without hacking. They're only running 1 shield right now. We can cloak the missile. This doesn't matter. It'll get a little bit hairy if they dodge our first shots. I mean, our halberd beam right now is guaranteed to do damage. Okay. Okay, so we've taken that stuff down, so that just means we need to run this. That does mean we currently can't do any damage. So I guess we just do this. But it's fine. Like, we will get our backup battery back at a certain point, and then we can put it back into our offense. Take this patiently. Start doing this so that it charges up a bit faster. We only need to fire this once. Oh no, we don't, because they got their piloting back just in time. I was going to say they can't dodge us, but now they can. Low power battles are a little bit tricky when you're using halberd beams, just because they're, you know, they're power hungry weapons. Let's do that. Next up, we want the evade and more power. Then we want weapon 7. Let's hit these nebula jumps. We free stuff from long range scanners. We get a shield Zoltan. That is really nice. This is a little bit tricky because they've got good weapons and fast drones. We're gonna hack. Actually, since they're only running 1 shield bubble right now, let's do it like this. Gotta cloak this. They have hacking that they haven't used yet. I'm kind of tempted to do this. Like, I'm not too worried about the flak on its own. I'm actually going to do that. Stop their hack. That sort of goes out and then gives up in a deflated fashion as we destroy that system. It means they've got so many things they need to repair. We might, like, get hit by the flak once. We kill here regardless of how many, whether they have 1 or 2 shields. Get another power bar. Go here, here, there. We're probably going to lose jumps because these nebulas, there's this big gap between these nebulas, which are the only things that connect to the exit. So we probably lose a couple of jumps in this sector. Nothing to be done about that. The Ion Blast 2 in an asteroid field is quite nasty, but we're going to be fine. Even though I don't need to, I'm going to use a level 3 shield hack here. We're also going to use a level 2 cloak. A lot of fights we'll just be able to pre-cloak and destroy. Shields are down because they got hit by an asteroid. This will just kill them. Goodbye. We have enough scrap to upgrade to 100% evade now, but we can't spend it here, so we jump out. I probably should have let my cloaking come off cooldown, that's a bit careless. But it didn't matter. And now we want weapon 7. Halberd mini beam doesn't quite one-shot all 3 flagship phases. It one-shots phase 1 and it does one-shot phase 3 once the super shield is down, but it doesn't one-shot phase 2 because they have slightly more hull there. But it's fine. It devastates phase 2 and you just kill it on the second volley. We just cloak this and then we're safe. Yeah, well, they're going to charge everything up, that's fine. You're not the only ones around here with cloaking, but I know how to use it properly. They get beamed down. Yeah, we're going to lose like 3 jumps in this sector because of just the way it was laid out. This really sucks. And there's nothing here except the boarding event, which is the thing we least want to see. We might actually want to upgrade doors. Well, we do want to, it's just whether we want to upgrade that next. I think we do. The 2 halberd beams will kill just about everything regardless. The couple extra points in the mini beam is not that essential, I think, right now. Being able to just hold off borders is useful. Okay, they're all really badly hurt now. So fix that. Yeah, let's upgrade our doors. We might not get level 8 shields in this run, but it doesn't matter. With this much beamage, we just get cloaking all the way up. We get hacking all the way up. We don't even need to use drone control. If we could get another beam drone, we could use that for phase 2 to do the last bits of damage. I can't afford to do that. We have barely any fuel as it is. Rock homeworlds or Uncharted Nebula. Rock Homeworld's enemies has a lot of enemies that have cloaking. Uncharted Nebula has quite a few events that benefit from long-range scanners. I think it also is a sector where you can get a lot of crew. I'm actually going to go Nebula here. There is the risk that there's just no stores, but we don't really need a store at this point. We just need scrap for upgrades, and we should be able to find those. Fight, and then there. Yeah, we get loads of scrap from having a rock. Let's do that then. We'd like now a store to get rid of this, I guess, but it doesn't even sell for very... I think it only sells for like 11 scrap. So it's not a big deal. Let's attack the auto ship. They have level 4 shields and quite good weapons, but we're up to the challenge. We'd like some more power now. Let's cloak all this stuff. Did I leave that hack too late? Not quite. But it was a little bit sloppy. Goodbye. No double reward, sadly, but we can buy more power. Oh, there's the store. Let's take a fight and then go there. I guess I should have looked before buying that power, but I'm not. It's not too crucial that we hit another store. I actually hope this cloak is long enough for them to fire all of these, because otherwise we would have to pick between cloaking these. Fortunately, we didn't have to do that because we just dodged, so we're safe with just our shields. Hack now. Cloak. They're not dead because they were protected by their rock resist, but they will die as soon as we get our hover beams off again. We could have accepted that given we're low on fuel, but there's a store coming up next, so we can just buy fuel there. Ha! You thought you had your cloaking up in time, but you were very wrong. This store sucks. We can just sell that at 15. I'd really like to be able to buy a pike beam to replace the mini beam, and then we would one-shot every single phase of the flagship, or a beam drone as mentioned, but we're probably just ending this. There could be another store at one of these beacons, so we'll go up towards those. But we're probably ending this not using our drone control at all. We won't have quite 100% of aid here. Oops. I was a bit slow on that hack, to put mildly. It's fine. We will now crush these fools. So let's go there, there, and then start heading up towards these top beacons to see if there's another store. Let's get cloaking all the way up now and get more power. Get a blue option from our long-range scanner. What are you hacking? That's a little bit annoying. Okay, this is an extremely irritating thing that they're sending over multiple boarding drones and they've got a hack on us. Are they going to actually try to break this? No, they're going to go try to join the Ion Intruder drone, which is fortunate. I think we want to pre-cloak here because this is going to potentially ionize our engines, and then we won't have 100% evade against the missile anyway. So if we pre-cloak, we just need to time this properly. It's a little awkward because of the hack. But I think if we start hacking now, do that, that. Okay, we've taken the hack out anyway, so yeah, they're dead. That's an annoying fight, and it's left multiple hull breaches on our ship now. Go fix doors first. You're probably gonna die if I use you to do that. Let's get the rock, who has hit points. Actually, you go there. So we can sort of divide the hit point loss up. Obviously, the Zoltan is not much use for that. No, I thought that was done. You go back there now. You can finish this off. The Zoltan can help out a bit. We don't need shields. If we pre-cloak here, we'll just kill them. So let's do that. You go run into hacking. That's annoying. Running away from borders is one of the key themes of this run, clearly. Oops. Don't let our Zoltan go pop. Yeah, there. Survival by running away. Drones are a little low. We maybe should have bought some of that last store, but we'll be okay. We are strong enough to kill the flagship right now, so failing all else, we can just jump straight to the base in the final sector. We'd like to be stronger. Can we just pre-cloak this? We can pre-cloak this. Get our drone back. That would be a mistake to go to that jump. We could buy shield 6 right now, but I want to just, you know, have the option if there's a pike beam or a hull beam to get that. This potentially can get us scrap without us having to use a drone, but sometimes they just run away, whereas this is guaranteed scrap, so I want to do that. We can't pre-cloak this because they are also cloaking. But we can just cloak this missile at level 3. You go indoors now. And halberd beams hit the four most critical systems. Well, not the four most critical, but 3 of the 4 most critical systems on the ship. As long as they don't get loads of rock resist, they just die. You get out of there. Hey, we got a shield overcharger back. This, unfortunately, is not the shield overcharger plus drone. This is the ordinary shield overcharger drone. So yeah, this version isn't particularly useful. It requires 3 power just to run, so we actually can't power this right now. The one we start with is a better version. One moment. Okay, the Christmas tree is disposed of. Now we can get back to disposing of the rebel. Being boarded. These people will just get vented. In fact, they are already vented. We were looking for these jobs. Let's get our O2 back. We'd like another store just to sell this. We're never going to use that. You know, if we can get a beam drone 1, we'll keep that. If we can get a defensive drone, we'd keep that. But shield overcharger, you know, the plus version is okay, but even that's not that great against the flagship. And the normal version of it, I don't know that I've ever used that in FTL run, to be honest. We'll go here first, then there. This ship's a little bit awkward to beam. I don't know whether we one-shot it, but we can do like this. In fact, I think we can do that with... Can we do that with all 3 of our beams? Okay, we can't do it with the mini beam, but we can do it with the 2 halberd beams. We can put 5 points of damage on their weapons. That's going to make them not very dangerous. Should we just pre-cloak this? We'll save it for active cloaking because their weapons are kind of dangerous. We had to cloak ahead of time because there was a chance of us taking a hit on hacking there and then losing the ability to get through all the shields. So we might take a bit of damage here. Alright, it kind of depends on whether this does one shot, which I don't think it does. Oh no, it does. Okay, never mind. So distress, and then we have one last chance to see a store. We'll try to shield their ship with ours, I guess. Unfortunately, there's no store there. Shields up. Power up. That's good. We'll save 75 in case we find a Sector 8 store. We'll fight these guys. Low power situation's a little bit tricky, but we can pre-cloak. I don't know whether we one-shot this ship because we can only hit 3 rooms with our halberd beams, but we can crush their weapons really, really badly. Do 5 points and take both of these off. Yeah, we did actually one-shot. We might as well dive. The exit is in a nebula. Although, on the other hand, diving means we use drones. I think we're okay. We'll take these 2, and then go to the exit. Nothing. Attack the pirate. Find out what they're hacking. That's annoying, but not that critical. Just messes with the timing of our hack. Damn it, they actually hit our hacking drone. That's annoying. I mismicroed that. Okay, that's got a good angle on our drone, so I'm gonna... There we go. That took a bit of effort. This ship's weapons are not very dangerous. I'm gonna wait until I hack my weapons down again because it took so long to get that through. The ship is, however, very susceptible to the halberd beam. We can hit 5 rooms with each of them. 24 damage. Yeah, we'll take that. That's actually a useful augment. Cool. We also got one of the 2 drones we used there back. So off to the exit. We'll just run from this ship. We're not wasting a hacking drone on it. You just get indoors. We'll cloak the flak too when it goes off. And we should be out at about the time our cloak runs out, if not before. You can get back to your position now that that guy's dead. Out we go. We've got a border, we'll deal with them. We've got 2 borders, we'll deal with them. Get our pilot out. We'll need to rotate a bit. Repair stations are not in great locations here. One of them's already been taken over. Most critical thing is to just get to one of those to make sure I don't run out of drones. And I will dodge fights on the way if I have to, because we're already strong enough to win the flagship fight as long as we have the drones that we need to hack their shields down. Let's do this. Got a fight here. Storage cache makes this worth it. I'm not sure if we one-shot this ship, but it doesn't matter. We're completely disabled. Yeah, we don't quite, but we totally disabled their offense. You know, we have double, because this is a double reward, likely, not guaranteed, because this is possibly a double reward, we have possibly a chance to actually gain drones here if we get drones from both sides of the equation. A store would also be useful just for the chance to buy drones. Okay, well we didn't get any. We also can't even get to that repair station quickly. Like our fastest route is like there. That's 5 jumps, that's a long time for it to get taken over. I suppose actually there, and there is just as quick. I think actually the flagship might take it over on the way. Actually, it's more likely to go here. But yeah, there's some significant risk that we just run out of drones. I'm gonna do... No, I won't do that quite yet. I'm gonna take this bribe. This is a possible double scrap reward, but that doesn't help me much if we lose the game because of it. Dodge this, as it's already been taken over. We will kill this ship. get our guys in there. Might even well even put the pilot in there. We don't need to dodge anything. We're taking that. That's 2 drones. We're just saving our scrap in case we do spot a storm, but I don't think we're going to. And we probably just end up using it to get shields 8. That double drones drop means we can safely do it here, although we do need to make sure it doesn't get hit by this anti-drone. No, don't hack the med bay. That would be a very silly thing to do. Since I'm not certain if we one-shot here due to the overcharger drone, I'm just going to save my cloak to active cloak the missile. This will one-shot. It's doing 20 damage. The 2 Ulver beams. Off here. Of course that got taken over. We're going to skip this fight because we just want to make sure having extra drones is useful in case like we get some shot down in phase 2. So we'll just do this, and that, I guess. Yeah, that'll do. If we get, you can get drone drops from the flagship itself, and maybe if we get those, I suppose we could do that to allow us to put the overcharger drone up, but practically we're never going to do that, so let's just not even bother. Off to the base. We should one-shot this phase as long as we can mini-beam 4 rooms, which I think we can. You can do like this. I'm not sure exactly where we would do it, but we'll have to find it. That's annoying, but we might get tagged by a missile. But that's not the end of the world if we do. We could actually pre-cloak the missiles, maybe. I'm not going to. We maybe could do so. Cloak now. Well, we're not one-shotting. Because they put that right into our weapons, but whatever. We will harbor beam these rooms. That'll do 16 damage, and that will completely take out their missiles. And we'll be quite safe. We'll just have to wait until this won't even break our cloak, so they can't charge their weapons. And we just need to wait basically until our hack comes back. And as soon as it does, they're dead. These will all hit, unfortunately. Nothing I can do about that. Based on recent form, these 3 lasers will all hit, but they didn't. So we delete phase 1 and took 1 damage due to the evade hack. Let's just check. No, there definitely isn't a store we go to. Let's buy more power. We go to this fight. I don't see the point. I suppose it might drop crew or something. Nah, we'll just keep our drones just in case. That's another reason, of course, not to upgrade our drone control enough to use that, as it would use drone parts. So phase 2, we just need to evade this defensive drone. As long as we do that, we win the run. And we did. This boarding drone's going to be a hassle because, and of course it's landed in my weapons. I'm going to run my Zoltan even in there, even though that moves some power out of my shields. So we can't one-shot this phase. even if we find a perfect mini beam shot, it isn't possible. But we can get them so weak that we will kill on the second shot. We won't even need to wait for hacking, probably, because we can mini beam like this. Let's find the 4-room shot, if there is one. Is it like this? Yeah, that is a 4-room shot. But we don't actually want to do that. We want to hit shields, because if we put... That'll mean 5 damage on shields. They'll have 1 shield bubble. Our halberd beams will then be able to kill when they're next spot up, as long as they don't fix that, which I think actually they're probably going to get it fixed, unfortunately. I'll do that. If it gets off in time, good. Ah, it's just too slow by like fractions of a second. Whatever, that means we have to wait 10 seconds longer until our hack comes back. We don't even need to deal with that. Didn't even need to fully hack the shields down. We can damage buffer drone control, I guess. That's a very useful system, obviously, that we really, really are concerned about having knocked off. Now, so they're going to mind control somebody. Do we need to just put the Zoltan indoors or something like that? It's a bit gross, but I think we might want to do that. We haven't killed any crew, obviously, because we're using all beams. Our other crew are all too useful, so we'll just take the fact that we lose a power. Hopefully they don't mind control weapons guy. That would be the most awkward thing. But if they do that, we can honestly just kill them. They'll come back in the Clone Bay, or even if they don't, it doesn't matter. As long as our weapons don't go down, we win the run. Let's also vent a few rooms preemptively, since we only have 4 crew and one of them's going to get mind controlled. Just vent the stuff that's not essential for us to have. I mean, they only have 3 crew they can mind control here. So, ideally it's the Zoltan. Jump to here so we can do the runaway trick if necessary. Okay, unfortunately they did mind control the rock. Vent that room. They fortunately boarded far away. Okay, good. We're likely to get tagged with some missiles here because we don't have 100% evade, but it's fine. As long as our weapons don't go down, we win the run. You go and stand in, like, hacking or something, I guess. We can vent this room out. I get it back in there, good. Okay, we dodged all of them anyway. So their 5% of it, 5% to hit chance wasn't good enough. We just keep venting these guys. Next mini beam shot will get rid of their super shield. Now we go and hack. We need to move you out of there. You go into engines, I guess. I think my Zoltan might just die. But we need to keep hacking from being damaged, because otherwise we can't get through their shields. Yeah, our Zoltan went pop, whatever. Their borders are dying. The mind control should run out in a moment. Let's just hack now. No, don't break my Clone Bay, that would be annoying. I think my rock will just die. But it's fine. So, mini halberd beam, 4-room mini beam, they go goodbye. So, we one-shot that. They got to board me a couple times. It didn't matter. Oh no, you killed my people. So, that was a little bit rough because of the difficulty getting weapons early on. That really, really nasty fight in the Mantis homeworld where we nearly died completely turned the run around by dropping a halberd beam. And from there, it was pretty smooth. We just needed to win a couple of fights. We got another halberd beam at a store shortly after that, and that was just good enough to kill everything. So, that is a win with Stealth C. Middling sort of score. 6 in a row now. Who are we playing next? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Crystal A. Hopefully, unlike the last time we played the ship, we will hopefully get some scrap in Sector 1. The last time I played the ship, I made 48 scrap in the first sector. So, we will hopefully have better luck. So, I hope you enjoyed the halberd beaming and the running away from everybody. And I will see you for Crystal A. Bye for now.